Hey people, we're talking about seeing life through the eyes of our hearts. We're talking yesterday about how we see people more responsibly, and we are our brother's keepers. We spoke the day before about finding purpose in the pain, and that being our responsibility there. But today I want to take it to another one. Seeing pleasure more accurately through the eyes of your heart. Nothing wrong with pleasure. You know, God made us to have pleasure, and it's part of our human desire, is it not, to have pleasure? But I've got to tell you, in the big picture of life, pleasure can often become overrated. We have Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes. If you want to read this, this will answer all your questions about how fickle pleasure can be and the desire for pleasure to be. Because the desire for pleasure, once you taste it, becomes insatiable. You want more. You want more. And you want more, and you will never ever satisfy the human desire for pleasure. Solomon found this out, where in his quest to find wisdom, he said, let me find out what pleasure is all about. He didn't hold back. He tried everything, from wine through to woman, through to song, through to doing good deeds, through to satisfying his ego to his ultimate desire to be recognized as being the greatest king in the entire world at the time. And you know what, people? Every time he went an upper level in pleasure, he says this, man, that was fun, but man, pleasure is like trying to chase the wind. It's going this way, then it's going that way, then it's going this way, and you just can't find it. You can't keep up with it. It's just there, and then it's gone. This thing called pleasure can do that to you. And so we say, well, what is the antidote to pleasure? The antidote to pleasure is to see it more accurately, to see that pleasure is fleeting, to see that pleasure is fun, can get you into trouble if you go beyond where it should take you, but it's fun and it's okay, but it's fleeting. It just doesn't last. It doesn't have any eternal value either. If we could use as much energy serving God and doing the compassion thing we spoke about yesterday, if we could use as much energy on just trying to, instead of doing the prosperity or the pleasure thing, if we could see that more accurately and say, let me rather use that energy for something that's going to stand me in good stead for eternity. Now that's a good investment. That's a good investment. You see, pleasure is just an appealing investment for here and now. I often use the analogy of like the mirage in the desert, dying of thirst. You've been walking for days, it's 120 degrees, and you haven't drunk anything. You're just about to die when you come over the hill and you see what appears to be water in the valley. With your last bit of strength, you make your way down to this apparent water, only to find that it promised so much but delivered nothing. There's no water there. It's just a mirage, and then you die in misery. What the heck? But people, this is your pleasure is just like that. It's like a mirage in the desert. It looks like it's going to promise so much. It looks like all that pleasure is going to be such a lovely life, and it, to a certain extent, it's a great taste, but it's addictive by nature. The wastage of money, the broken relationships from an excessive desire for pleasure is a huge deal in today's world. So I encourage you, let's see pleasure more accurately. Let's see pleasure as an opportunity to enjoy, but not to flog it to death, because otherwise, at the end of the day, you'll look back and say, what was that all about? What was that all about? You know, nothing to show for it. I hope you have a good day, and let's think about that, shall we? Bye.